welcome back to my channel. So a couple of weeks ago, I was chatting with my friends when I realized that my phone screen time averaged at 9 hours and 8 minutes. And here's the thing, I've never really been great at self-discipline / self-control, and so I was wondering, if I challenge myself for a week to be the person I wish I was, would I actually be able to do it? And so thus this video was born, and I'm hoping that by making this a YouTube video, I'll be able to keep myself a bit accountable. So here are the 4 rules that I'm going to be trying to stick to for the next week. Rule number 1, going to sleep early and waking up early. Here's the thing, for the past couple of weeks, my bedtime has been 2 to 3 a.m. and I've been waking up at around 10 to 11 a.m. every day. And the thing about that is that I'm literally waking up at midday. Like, I only eat 2 meals a day because I wake up and eat my breakfast at lunchtime. So my goal for this week is going to be to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. That is a whole 6 hours earlier than some of the days I've been waking up. So yeah, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 for this week, I'm going to try and go for a 5-kilometer run every single day. I can already feel myself dying as I say these words, but I know that my health is not the best because I do not do enough exercise or any exercise often at all. So 5 kilometers every day is the goal. And so moving on to goal number 3. So the apps that I use on my phone are mainly YouTube and Instagram. I am going to try to not use those apps for the next week. I realize the irony of me saying this, but I spend way too much time on YouTube. So I do have a couple of exceptions for watching YouTube videos. I will allow myself to watch YouTube videos if it is to learn Excel, which I've been meaning to learn for a while now, or to learn DaVinci, which is a video editing software that I've been wanting to learn. And then the third exception is for bullet journaling videos. And that's because I've been recently trying to recreate some of Queen Amanda Rach Lee's bullet journal setups. As you can see, that's July there. I'm prepping for the future basically when uni starts back up. But yes, those 3 reasons are the only 3 reasons I'm gonna allow myself to be on YouTube. And so finally, rule number 4, I'm going to try and read a book for 1 hour each day. Here's the thing, I've always wanted to be a reader, but I'm not. And I've always said, oh yeah, I'm not the kind of person to enjoy reading books. But realistically, what I think it is, it's just that I'm not bothered enough to try and start reading a book and actually to commit to it, because my attention span is like negative seconds. 1 hour each day, I'm gonna try and read a book. So those are the 4 rules I've set myself for this week, and I guess now it's time to get onto the video and see how I do. So good luck, future me. Okay, so I have brushed my teeth, I am in bed, it is 8:40 p.m. and I am ready to go. I've got my alarm set for 5 a.m. and I've also deleted the Instagram app, I've deleted the YouTube app, I've also logged out of my YouTube account on like the Safari thing, so I can't even like see my subscriptions. I've also logged out of those accounts on my laptop, and I've blocked myself out of Instagram. Anyways, I'll see you in the morning at 5 a.m. Well, good morning guys. It is 5:05. It's actually so, oh my gosh. Look how dark it is outside. That's how crazy it is. Like, I just never wake up this early at all. And it's just so quiet. Even the birds haven't started chirping yet, which is it's really weird. Okay, so usually in the morning, the first thing that I do when I wake up is look at my phone, go on Instagram, go on YouTube, and then I get out of bed. Guess what? It is 5:18. We've got our muesli and milk in our bowl, and I've got Little Women, the book, open. I already started it last night because I was, you know, trying to get ready for this sort of reading 1 hour a day, and I'm actually getting into it, you know? Like, okay, I'm only up to chapter 2, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, let's eat breakfast and read. This is already like more productive than I've been in the last like many months.
This being the first morning of my challenge, I was feeling really good and excited that I had actually woken up early, and I started my day off by doing things that I enjoyed. I finally finished doing the weekly sections of my July bullet journal setup. This was a new format that I decided to try out. where I didn't leave much space for each day, but instead left a blank page for putting to-do lists and other deadlines, as I rarely schedule my days. I was also just enjoying the playlist I had on and jamming out to it. I've recently been listening to Natalia Lafourcade, a Mexican artist who was recommended to me by some Argentinian travelers I met in Spain. And every time I listen to her music, I tend to daydream of sunny days spent in Spain. I also dusted off my flute, which I hadn't played in years. It was not a pretty sight to say the least, but I will say that there is something therapeutic and quite enjoyable about playing an instrument. Sometimes. Okay folks, I'm about to go for a run and I've literally left this. Oh my gosh, I'm already out of breath and I haven't actually done anything yet. But yeah, I've literally left this to the last minute. I don't know, I'm just really scared. I am not fit enough to run 5k, to be honest. We're gonna try for the sake of this challenge and see if we can do it. Okay, so we did it, folks. We ran 5 kilometers. Honestly, it was pretty slow. 7 minutes and 18 seconds per kilometer. But you know what? We did it and I actually feel pretty good. So that's all that really matters, really. But I did film like this random panda that was attached to a pole. I don't know if this is happening in your area too, but people in my suburb and around my suburb are putting like little teddy bears and things like outside of their house and in windows so that kids can go on like teddy bear hunts. It's like really cute. I don't know. I think it's a really cute idea. Also, there were a lot of people outside like exercising. I had to dodge so many people, and I swear, people in my suburb, some of them are gonna look hella fit after this. Okay, so now I can finally say that we have successfully made it through day 1 of the challenge. I am in bed. It is 8:48 p.m. So here are my reflections from day 1. I didn't really miss YouTube and Instagram that much, to be honest, as much as I thought I would have, but I think I did transfer a lot of that to Facebook Messenger, which I allowed myself to use, but only in the way that I am actually communicating with like my friends, and I think it's probably better than like going on my Instagram Explore page and keeping up with random celebrity news that I don't really need to know about. So I'd say that's an improvement. I would also say that I still wasn't that productive in terms of things like Excel and that sort of thing. I didn't do any of that. But I think my kind of procrastination shifted over to reading Little Women, which again, I'm kind of not mad about because it's better than sitting and procrastinating by watching YouTube videos. And like, I'm actually enjoying reading it. Day 2, it's 5:04 a.m. and I'm tired. I actually feel quite tired, not gonna lie. And like the excitement of this challenge is wearing off already a bit. But we are up, so my bed is so comfortable though. Because I was feeling quite tired this morning, I decided to read in bed to try and keep me from going back to sleep, and also to ease myself into the day. I decided to have a smoothie bowl this morning for breakfast, which consisted of 1 banana, half a cup of frozen mango, half a cup of frozen pineapple, half a cup of oat milk, and I would recommend 2 to 3 passion fruits, but they didn't have any fresh passion fruit at the store, so I used this tin passion fruit instead, which I probably wouldn't recommend, to be honest. See you tomorrow, love you through sorrow, leave me some breadcrumbs and I swear I'll follow you. The right way is feeling so wrong. And while I had breakfast, I decided to listen through some music that I could use for YouTube videos. Honestly, it can sometimes take me hours to find a song that fits the video that I am making. Okay, so I'm on my second run, just running up a hill that is like, honestly the worst, and for some reason I thought it was gonna oh my gosh, I'm dying. For some reason I thought it was a good idea to film this, so here's what the hill looks like. Can y'all see that? Anyways, I'm gonna go. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Okay, so we are back. We have successfully completed run number 2. And that felt like it went on forever. But I think I'm gonna go grab an orange now because I don't know about you, but I love a good orange. I think oranges up until like couple of months ago for me was an underappreciated fruit, but they're so juicy. And like you don't get too many. Oh gosh, I'm getting sweat in my eyes. Ugh. Oh my gosh, it's in my other eyes. Oh my gosh, this stink. Okay, I'm gonna wash my face. Anyways, as I was saying, is there anything better than a cold, juicy orange? Okay folks, we're back at home. I just went for a drive with my mum because I am a 21-year-old who can't drive yet. So there you go, I'm learning how to drive. And some other updates for you. I got a bubble tea. And if you didn't know, I love bubble tea. And I actually had cashed up to like a free one. So this is dark oolong with sweet potato pearls, banging. Another update, I got a call back about a job that I applied to weeks ago, and they told me that I have to do like a written 2.5-hour assessment in 2 days time, and I am terrified. So we're gonna knuckle down and actually like study for this. I don't even know how to study for this because they don't tell you what it is. Apparently it's something like quantitative and like testing your writing ability, and also it's about current issues. But yeah, like my form of studying is just going to be like reading news articles about like water policy, which is what this job is related to, and also like reading journal articles about like water markets. I think that might be useful, and then like reading over some of my econometric stuff. But honestly, we ain't got any idea what's gonna come, so we're just gonna try our best, and that's all we can do.
Oh, the moon leaving me oh so soon.
Update, it's day 2 and I've already failed. 11:22 folks. So basically my Bible study trivia ended late at about 10, and then ever since I've just been like procrastinating going to sleep, and I've read like 2 chapters almost of Little Women. But really it's just like, I think once you pass that point of failing or not making it to the right time, it's just like, oh well, I might as well just extend that further. I'm mad at myself really, but we're only up to day 2. It's day 3 tomorrow, and we can still make the majority of the week, so I'm not giving up yet. But I did want to tell you guys and admit my failures. Anyways, good night. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 AM. Good morning everyone. As I said yesterday, I failed this challenge real bad. 7:57 AM, which means I'm 3 hours late to waking up. But it's okay. And it's such a beautiful day, so I'm not too mad about it. But I do have to start studying for that job assessment. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, but I feel well rested, and I guess that's a good thing. So I was meant to spend this day intensely studying for the job assessment I had the following day. However, I ultimately ended up spending hours procrastinating by reading Little Women. Interestingly, it would appear that there is a correlation between needing to study and becoming more engrossed in a book. I did read and take notes on this journal article about water markets though, and it did actually feel good to be doing some academic work after not having done any for 3 months. In the spirit of honesty, I'm going to be honest, and I'm just not having the best / most productive day, and I really do not want to go for a run, but we're going to try because of this challenge. I don't know, I'm just having one of those days, you know, when you're just like, I just kind of wish it was tomorrow because this day was not productive enough and I'm just regretting things, and anyways, it's okay, let's try and go for a run, and hopefully we'll feel better afterwards as well. And with another run came another celebratory orange. Okay, so it is 9:45 PM and it is time to go to bed. My alarm has been set for 5 AM, so I will see you tomorrow at 5 AM and we will get that sunrise shot. I had an online assessment for a job that I was trying to apply for today, and I literally just finished it, or didn't finish it, getting to that. But yeah, I really stuffed up basically. Like I didn't finish the actual task in time, which I really should have been able to do. B, I sent it to the wrong email address. C, I didn't send it with the right title. Attention to detail, absolutely gone. But yeah, we are committed to this YouTube challenge still, and literally the sun's going to be going down in like 20 minutes and I'll be running in the dark, but we are committed to running that 5 kilometers. So let's go. Hopefully this will actually help, who knows. But anyways, I'm feeling a little sad, not gonna lie. A little sad, disappointed and angry at myself, which is, you know, not the best feelings, but oh well. Let's go for a run.
Run number 4 is done, which means it is time for... Just kidding, we've run out of oranges, so it's a great day. So it is 11:05 p.m. and I'm finally going to sleep. Basically, me and my friend were video calling until 10:30, so that is why I'm going to sleep so late. That's the thing about trying to go to sleep early and waking up early, is that most people don't do it. So if you want to socialize with your friends in the evenings, it means staying up late. So yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm gonna set my alarm to 6 a.m. instead. I know, I'm so sorry guys, I'm failing at this challenge, honestly. Okay, so it is 6:07. We are up and it's straight to sunrise.
No, not to it. No, I don't need the trouble.
Because of the previous day's events, I decided to try and have the best day I could have on this day. I sat outside for the first time while eating breakfast, enjoying the warmth of the sun's rays as the day began. And I spent the day reading, relaxing, running. And in the afternoon, I went on a drive with my mum.
Won't fold your boldest value. This love I was not growing. Still I swear that I'm up for you. Runs in our blood for better good. And I know I am beside me.
So my mom and I were just driving around and decided to stop off at Berry Island, and the view is lovely.
I will keep going. Blood keeps on flowing. No, not to it. I wouldn't.
I then ended the evening in probably the most perfect way possible, with my dinner in bed and watching the latest episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I don't know if you can tell by the lighting, ooh, but somehow I swear I set my alarm for 5:15 a.m. but I just woke up, it's 6:30 and I checked and like my alarm was turned off, so I failed again. In some senses I'm not too unhappy because 6:30 is still way earlier than I would wake up normally, but this challenge was to wake up at 5 a.m. I will say though that I did actually have trouble getting to sleep last night, and I may have done some sneaky reading, so it's probably my fault, to be honest. I'm sorry. Again, I know I don't need to apologize to you guys probably, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
This day mainly consisted of me trying to edit some of the video that you are watching now, as I had realised that at this point I had almost 10 hours of footage, and unsurprisingly, I felt quite overwhelmed by that fact. I then started to play around with some handwritten title texts. This is quite a time-consuming process, but as someone who enjoys hand lettering and card making, I quite enjoyed it. I've also recently rediscovered how good Milo is.
So I'm just sitting here reading Little Women as I eat my lunch, and I just got up to a chapter titled Heartache, so I think things are about to go down. Okay, so I have come back from run number 6, I've showered, and can I just say that a post-run shower, I swear, is like the best feeling ever. You go from being sweaty and like sticky and hot and uncomfortable and tired to like being refreshed, and I don't know, it just feels really great. Good morning, it is 5:01. Oh, 5:02 now. I'm not gonna lie, I did not get to sleep for a long time, so I'm pretty tired. But it is the last day of this challenge, so let's make it a good one.
Okay, so I am off for my last run. Honestly, it looks kind of like it's about to rain, but you know, we've actually been really lucky with the weather this entire week. But yeah, this is our last run number 7. I feel like it's that like Princess Diaries moment where it's like, this is the last time something something, the eagle is flying. I'll insert the scene if I can.
We did it! We ran 5 kilometers every single day. And it only rained like a tiny little bit at the end for like the last 700 meters or so. So I don't know. I swear the world wants me to do exercise basically. But yeah, no, I'm feeling good. Rude. As much as I dread it every single time I go, I do feel good afterwards.
And with another run came another celebratory orange. Nope, we were still out of oranges at this point, but we did have ice cream, which I have to say is quite a good substitute.
Okay, so it is day 7, 10:14, and we're heading to bed right now, which marks the end of this challenge basically. But I will see you in probably a few seconds according to this video for a bit of a review and reflections on the week. Good night, guys. Good morning, guys. So it is the next day, and this morning I woke up and I literally wrote notes about my thoughts and stuff on this whole challenge. So we're gonna get into that in a minute. But before we do, I did some calculations because Apple breaks down your screen time into Sunday to Saturday as your week, whereas I started this challenge on Monday to Sunday, and my screen time averaged at 2 hours and 51 minutes per day, which is like a 50% decrease from normally and like an even bigger decrease from a couple of weeks ago. So I'm pretty happy with that. And my top used apps for the majority of the week were Books, Messenger, Safari, Soundbrenner, which is a metronome app, and Strava, which is the running app that I use. So that's a considerable improvement from last week. Unfortunately, I deleted the YouTube and Instagram app and also like Prime Video off of my phone before I screenshotted my previous screen times. So I don't actually have the app breakdown for those because I didn't realize it deleted the app breakdown if you deleted the app. But I do recall that last week my most used app was YouTube, and that totaled to 18.5 hours. And the second most used app was Instagram, which totaled at 8.5 hours. And then I think it was Safari, Messenger, and SBS On Demand. So we did okay, guys. We did okay. But yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and download the Instagram app back onto my phone, which is probably not a good idea, to be honest. But this morning I was kind of itching to like see what's on it, to be honest, because it has been a week. Oh my gosh, this is it, guys. Not gonna lie, I didn't actually expect to have anything come up on my page, but apparently I have 3 new followers, 13 people liked my photos, 2 people commented, and 5 messages. So I guess some people do try and contact me over Instagram, but oh my gosh, I'm already sucked in now. Oh my gosh, it's already started. I'm already looking at my feed. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now that I have had a flick through of my Instagram, I can safely say I was not missing out on much. Now, let's get down and have a proper chat about last week. So, going to sleep and waking up early. I kind of half failed and half succeeded at this. I clearly didn't wake up at 5 AM every single day, and I also didn't go to sleep early every single day, but did improve on my usual sleep schedule. So in my mind, that's a success, but in terms of the challenge, kind of a failure. I will also say that I never really properly got into the rhythm of sleeping early because I went straight from sleeping past 12 AM to trying to sleep at 9 PM, which just doesn't work really after years of going to sleep late. But I will say waking up early is a bit of a game changer. It's actually really nice to wake up early, and it feels like you have such a long day. Like, oh my goodness, there were so many more hours before 12 PM. You know, things that I realized when I was waking up early, even if you procrastinate for 5 hours, that's still the same as waking up at 10 AM, which is when I was waking up anyways. Also, it's really nice to have like that quiet and just like stillness that comes with waking up at 5 a.m. because basically no one else is awake and it just feels like you have your own little world. And I will say that even though I didn't get enough sleep, I did feel just better the entire week because I went to sleep at least earlier and woke up earlier than I would have. To be honest, self-discipline regarding sleep has always been something that I've kind of hated about myself and just something that I haven't controlled. I always just find myself being less productive because I don't want to do anything because I feel too tired to do anything. And I also just feel grumpier in general because I find being tired painful. So like, I'm just less willing to do things for other people as well, and so just not as nice a person when I'm tired. So things were better basically this week. Now, point number 2, going for a 5k run every day. So I did successfully do this actually. I did run 5k every day, and it was the first time I've actually done like consistent exercise in 4 years, which is not good. But after doing exercise every day, you do feel pretty darn good. Also, what I realized is that even though 5k is hard, it did get easier across the week, and also I can actually do it if I put my mind to it. In the past, I have tried to go for runs and I always end up walking because I'm like, no, I can't do this. I cannot run for more than 1 kilometer. But I think if you do put your mind to it, you can actually do it. And I'm not saying you have to run really fast or anything. I'm saying running at like snail speed. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. You feel good after you do exercise. Point number 3, YouTube and Instagram. This is gonna be a hefty point. So, did I successfully stay off YouTube and Instagram? Instagram, yes. YouTube, I had a few slip-ups. So I did watch a couple of Little Women clips, and I think I watched maybe 1 or 2 like YouTube-y clips, but on the whole, I did actually do quite well. I did not look at Instagram at all, and I do feel better for it, not gonna lie, because I was wasting hours of my time on YouTube and Instagram. And I really do think that YouTube can be positive. I have learnt so much from YouTube and have been inspired by so many people. And there are so many things in my life that I do and talk about, and I realize that I'm reflecting on a YouTube video that I've seen. But I do think that there's also a lot of rubbish on YouTube that I also consume. Like, do I need to watch 20 hours of Billie Eilish interviews? Probably not. Do I need to stay inside my room for 3 days and watch cut videos? Also, probably not. And that's no shade to any of the things that I've just mentioned, but I do think that there is something to be said about what you consume and what you want to consume, in terms of like, I know that's not the kind of stuff that I want to be filling my time with, but I do it anyways. And I think that's true for a lot of social media. It is just one of those things that you use when you're bored a lot of the time, and also just to like distract yourself from doing other things, such as being productive, doing work of some kind. See, I'm gonna reference a YouTube video now. Jonna Jinton, I think. I don't know how to pronounce Swedish, not gonna lie, but she was saying in one of her videos that we do use it as just like a distraction for things that we don't want to think about, and I think that is really true. Did I spend more time thinking about things? I don't know, if I'm gonna be honest, but I definitely felt less in a daze of just other people's stuff in my face. I already had this feeling before the week I started the challenge where I just felt like I was cramming like meaningless stuff into this hole that was my time basically, and it didn't feel good. And so I think that's why it was easier to step away from YouTube and Instagram this week, because that's something I had already really been wanting to do, but I just hadn't set myself a start date or a timeline or a goal or anything like that. And so I just kept down that path of no return basically. The like one change that I think I am gonna make is I'm not downloading the YouTube app back onto my phone. I've realized that I really do use it to like procrastinate sleeping, which again is one of my biggest issues. I will be keeping the Instagram app, but only because you can't post on Instagram without the app on your phone, and also it's the way that I've stayed connected with quite a few of the people I've met when I've been traveling and that sort of thing. Moving on to point number 4, reading a book for an hour every day. Can safely say that this was the easiest goal / rule that I set myself for the whole week. Turns out that I actually use that to procrastinate all of my other stuff, so not sure if that's good or not, but I will say that I do prefer procrastinating by reading than procrastinating by watching, I don't know, BuzzFeed videos. So I did finish Little Women yesterday actually, and it was a book that like really suited me, to be honest. It was like a very easy, light read, and I do want to read more. Like it did actually get to that point in time where I wanted to read rather than do other things. So I am looking for book recommendations. If you have any, feel free to leave them down below, and I might be reading them next week, who knows. And I will also just touch on the fact that setting the goal of reading a book every day did actually help me with not using YouTube and Instagram. Every time I felt like I had that inkling of wanting to shove something into space, I basically shoved Little Women in there. So I don't know if that's necessarily good or not again, but I really enjoyed reading and I want to do it more. Okay, so I do have some other final thoughts about the whole week. And firstly, I just want to quote Ruby Granger, who was quoting Jeff Hayden in one of her videos. Success leads to motivation, which leads to success, which leads to more motivation. And I think that's really true for the week that I experienced. As soon as day one started and I'd actually woken up at 5 a.m, like I was just so excited and I felt so good and I wanted to keep like being productive and doing stuff. And yeah, like that just really propelled me to actually finish and like achieve some of these goals. And I just felt so much better this week, especially after like weeks of just not doing much really and not being the person I want to be, basically. I felt really good this week. That's kind of the summary of this whole experience really, is that yeah, setting myself goals and achieving them just made me really happy and made me feel really good. And so I kind of wanted to challenge you guys, if this has actually inspired you to set yourself some goals for the next week, then oh, I created a hashtag for this. Okay, I'm way too excited about this, even though the hashtag is honestly shocking, but the hashtag is let's Dow this. And Dow as in dear old world, because you know that's the channel name, and because I like puns, and honestly, it was the best one that I thought of. But yes, so if you would also like to challenge yourself to set yourself some goals and actually achieve them for 1 week and stick to them for 1 week, feel free to use that hashtag. Feel free to make a YouTube video, because I will say that YouTube helped me so much in terms of keeping me accountable, especially also getting me up in the morning. It's very hard to get out of bed, but because I was making this YouTube video, I had to get out of bed and tell you guys that I was getting out of bed, basically. And so if you want to make a YouTube video, it doesn't have to be for anyone else, but just for yourself, to try and keep yourself accountable, feel free to do that, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!